special guest. What's up, everybody? I want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Kids Chronicles. So we back for episode number 4 of Kicking It with Keith, and I got somebody here who I'm glad that I finally got to collab with. I'm just saying, get your mind out the gutter. But so he's a model, he's an author, he's a world traveler, and he's also an adult entertainer. We're gonna welcome my buddy on here, Jovan Joseph. Come on, friend.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. What up?
All right, man. So listen, I want to go ahead and just say first off that thank you so much for being my 4th guest on here. It means everything that you took a little time out on me. A little time out your day on me. So
Of course.
but I want to just let you know. So we're gonna just get into a few things so people can try to get to know you on a deeper level. Than I'm sure what they see on social media or just whatever the case may be.
Absolutely. And thank you for having me. I'm excited.
That was my pleasure, man. So tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Where are you from and what do you do?
So I am from a town, a little city called, well, it's not really little, but it's a city called San Jose, California. It's a part of the Bay Area, and that's where I was born and raised until I went to high school in Sacramento. And a lot happened actually in high school. I didn't graduate. I turned 18 in juvenile hall, and I got my GED in juvenile hall and so forth. So what I do for a living is I'm an adult entertainer. That's like my main hustle. You right there, like my own friends. Correct. But I also have branched out and rebranded my Daddy Cream name, and I'm an author. I've created candles. I have a podcast. So I kind of like to think of myself as the jack of all trades.
Man, you a jack of all trades. You a renaissance man. You seem to be doing a lot of it. And that's why I'm glad. That's more so why I'm glad to be able to get you on here, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people see one thing and they don't believe that, 15 things can be true at one time. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure you got way more to offer than what people are just used to seeing. Yeah, so I thought you were from Arizona. So I've been here for about 4 years, and I believe like my very first boyfriend here was like, he said that he didn't know you or nothing, but he was like, Daddy Cream is from Arizona, and I was like, I didn't think nobody lived here, but here.
Right, I was gonna say, you think me came from Arizona? That's
Listen, the Arizona people are weird, so that's why I was like, he can't be no. I was like, he can't be.
No, I don't know who your boyfriend is, but I'm sure I lived in Arizona twice. So if he were to say that, it's probably because I used to live in Arizona before, and so like,
yeah,
maybe that's what he thought. But
so what brought you to Arizona? Was it just? Listen, I feel like if you've come from California, I feel like, listen, I'm going to Arizona to pay them rates, but still living in, still close enough to California to come back and have whatever I need to have access to.
Absolutely. California, I had just got married. The second time I went to Arizona, I had just got married, and California was just a little too pricey for like what we wanted to do and how we wanted to live our lives. And at least we thought it was going to be too pricey kind of thing. So we just, I kind of convinced my husband, like, okay, we can go to Arizona because I used to live there. I know it's going to be a lot more cheaper. Gas isn't going to be $4. It's going to be $2. Like,
So Arizona in itself, man, let me tell you, the last 3-4 years, rent done. I don't know what's going on down these streets. Lord help us, Jesus, help us all.
Everybody's moving to Arizona.
Yeah, that is a thing, and that's a thing where I'm really kind of glad that we kind of go have a full circle moment of why you got so many damn jobs and hobbies and stuff like that, because you got to be able to pay the bills out on this side of the world. I promise you, it ain't no hoe, y'all. It ain't no hoe. All right, so the next question is, okay, so let me ask you this. Before, because I know you said that you dropped out in high school, whatever, and then you got your GED, and obviously, people know you as an adult entertainer, but I want to know what was your first career choice? Like, because everybody, like, when you're 5, you want to be a cop. When you're 6, you want to be a police officer. Well, that is the same thing, but you know what I'm saying. Like, did you ever have like that one dream thing? Like, I would love to do this, and it wouldn't feel like work. Or is that what you do now?
Growing up, I really didn't have like, oh, I want to, like, I didn't have like, all I knew is I wanted to like have money. Like, I just wanted to have money. I didn't say, oh, I want to be a doctor or something. And then when I went to juvenile hall and I got out, I started to like, I wanted to be like a probation officer to help kids get their mind right. So like, I could tell them like, oh, you can get it together. I was in your guys' shoes type of thing, but I didn't go down that route. I ended up getting involved in porn, obviously. And honestly, that just kind of took off. Like, that's just.
How old were you when you got involved into that aspect?
18.
18. That's crazy.
After I turned 18.
I was a baby. And then what's so crazy? Like, I'm gonna just say this. Like, when we 16, 17, 18 and stuff, we cannot wait to turn 18, 19 because we feel like we're gonna be grown. But at the same time, like, looking back at it now, like, I'm 30 now, and I'm like, damn, 18, that's a baby. But
my daughter's 11 or going on 12. I'm like 18. That's coming up. Like, I can't imagine. Like, it's just wild to me.
How old was you when you had her?
18. Yeah.
Oh, boy, you turned 18. You got that GED and turned up, boy.
We got pregnant when we were both 17, and then when we were 18, yeah. My daughter was born 3 months after I turned 18.
Okay, got you.
So that's why I got into the porn, because I like needed some money.
You needed that money. And not to get too deep, because this actually wasn't even one of the questions. I wasn't even going to bring up your daughter because I know that's something that people don't play about, period. But I did want to ask, like, was your lifestyle, did that ever cause any points of contention between you and, your daughter's mother? Or like, was that ever something where she was like, we can get some money some other way? Or
she was always very supportive of that. She was actually excited. She would call me when I was out there, and like, I used to like have sex with her, watch it. Like, when I came back from those trips, like, I would have all these gay DVDs, and like I would pop them in and have sex with her, type of thing. Like,
so, I guess with your sexuality, something that she was familiar with before the.
Oh, she was my best friend. She knew.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, it was. She knew about me and everything about me.
I almost had a baby with my best friend when I was about 17 too. So that's crazy. Like, when gay boy with the cute best friend, this girl, she's a lesbian too. So I'm a lesbian.
Okay, right, right. So
I'm a lesbian.
You a dyke, Fred?
Listen. All of the above.
Okay.
I just can't get into.
And when I say that word, just so people know, it's no like no disrespect. That's just like a word terminology. But they might take it as like a gay boy might take it as like a faggot or something. So that's what I'm saying. Like, no disrespect.
Yeah. I think especially a lot of the people who watch my stuff, a lot of them are majority LGBT. And I think that everybody kind of has that although I'm not gonna lie, when people start using the F word and stuff like that, I'll be like, oh, it makes me cringe. But
that's the one word I think in the world that I just
I
mean, it doesn't faze me, but it's just like you're trying to like belittle or degrade me. Like,
I think everybody's smart enough to know that in our own community we use certain things like that as almost terms of endearment sometimes. So it is what it is. Like, I don't think nobody's gonna take that the wrong way. And
I would hope not.
Take it up with Big Daddy, cause
period.
All right, so you said you have an 11-year-old. You have an 11-year-old.
She's in the 6th grade. Yes.
Oh man, do you want more kids? Cause I know you. Listen, we was gonna get into you. I was gonna ask you about your relationship status at the end of this, but since you brought it up, I want to know: do you want more kids with your man?
Well, I'm single. I am single, but I'm just doing what makes me happy.
Okay.
And surrounding myself with people that make me happy. So
absolutely, that's important.
Yes, it is, especially after going through a divorce, and then just not even the divorce, but friends and family as well. It's just, even if I were to be hanging out with X, Y, or Z, that opinion of another X, Y, and Z doesn't matter because that particular X, Y, and Z is making me happy, and I'm all about my happiness.
You're like, that's the situation you had with X, Y, and Z. That's not the situation I've had with X, Y, and Z. So let me get my own experience. I understand that.
Or if I had an experience and it wasn't a good experience and I want to retry that experience or whatever, like, or if whatever, I'm just having a good time right now. That's all.
Listen, when you ain't around a whole bunch of motherfuckers, you ain't got to explain yourself to nobody. Even if you are, you ain't got to explain yourself to nobody. But I'm just saying that does take, and honestly, protect your peace, period. Like, protect your peace.
Period. I'm such a private person in my real life. Like, I don't need people really in like my real life stuff.
So. You see how crazy I am on the internet and stuff like that. But let me tell you something. Some real shit be happening in my house. They ain't gonna know about it over.
Right.
You don't need to be up in there. It's not for public.
So that was a learning experience because I would feel like my way was going to like social media to let social media know, oh, this is what's going on. And nigga, that's not, I learned from that. It wasn't healthy at all.
Why do I feel like I did see you?
You probably did talking shit.
Something.
Right, okay. It should have been on my something, but
are y'all still okay? Let me ask you this, because I'm definitely not gonna get into your personal business, but like, are y'all at least on speaking terms? Because I feel like marriage, that's like a different thing than like, oh, that's my man and we broke up. But like, are y'all at least okay?
Or it took like 7-8 months for me to even respond to him.
Ooh, okay.
Like after the breakup, like it was that like bad, at least on my end.
Whose fault was it?
Huh?
Was it your fault, friend?
It was mutual.
Okay. And you know what? That's all I'm gonna ask. That's none of my business. And guess what? That's ain't none of their other business. So, but y'all, if y'all do want to know, ask some questions in the comments, and I'm gonna try to bring them back on here. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I talked to him. He's cool. It's cool.
That's who's sitting there making it breakfast right now. I'm just I'm just playing. When did you decide that you wanted to become an author? Like, when was that? When did that come into the equation for you? Did you just feel like, man, I have a story, I have to tell my story, or is your book more so fictional?
It's actually all about me and my life and what I've overcome and what I've endured and stuff. But
that's that light skinned nigga shit. That's that light skinned nigga shit. All they want to do is talk about them. No, I'm just playing.
It's actually, I feel like I needed to put it out just to like, it was kind of therapeutic. Right. And probably like around 24, 25, I started to really have thoughts about it and like, really like thought it's like, okay, I'm going to make this happen. And then like 26, 27, I started to like really make it happen.
So you just sat down one day, like on the computer or on your phone or something, and just started
like an old composition book. I had like an old composition book and
white and black one.
The black one, yep, black and white one. And like just like back in grade school when you would write the little circles and then be like, okay, chapter 1 is going to be about this, and then you would branch off and whatever you're going to talk about in chapter 1, that's what I would do. And I did it for all 10 chapters, and then I had like the first 2 chapters written, and then I moved, and then I lost those, and so I had to start over. And I'm really actually happy that I did, because that would have been a whole nother.
So how long did it take you from when you actually restarted to finishing it and like getting it published, getting it out? Like what? Because I one point wanted to do a fitness log book, but I'm pretty which would have been a lot easier than I'm sure writing my life story down. Because that definitely takes a lot of vulnerability to do, which I definitely ain't about to be up in my shit like that. But as far as the process from start to finish and finding a vendor, how long did that take? Or finding a publisher?
So from August, and it was published, I want to say the last week or third week of May.
So it took almost a year.
When I really did it, yeah. But I also wasn't doing it every day and stuff. Like I really had to wake up feeling creative, feeling like, okay, I have to get this off my chest. And for a long time, chapter 5 or chapter 6, it's about my grandmother and how she passed, and I did not want to go there. So like I stalled on that for like a month or two. Like I was like, I'm not gonna talk about it. Or I couldn't bring myself to write.
Down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once I did, I was like, okay, whew, got that. Now I can move on and write the rest of the book. But
did you ever go through a space where you were like, I want to tell my story, but I'm scared of telling other people's story in the midst of telling my story?
No, because I'm very smart in the way that I worded my book, and I didn't put others' experiences necessarily, you know, because it would have been only from my view. So I didn't put that really.
Okay. Now I wanted to ask that because I actually I had only asked that because I seen Toni Braxton when she was writing her book, she was like freaking out about, you know, whose business she was gonna put in there. And it was like something that actually stalled her in the process. And I can only imagine how many type of processes, I mean, how many type of like I could think of one event in my life, like just off the top of my head, that will make me shut down creatively, period. And so just kind of list all of those things, think about and list things that like I don't know how somebody could
You gotta be smart. Like there's things that I talked about that related to certain other things in my life, and there's certain topics that where there were characters, but I never mentioned their names because those people have made it in life and they're like famous now. So like I didn't want to people thinking that I was coming for clout or that I wanted some type of.
You didn't want to be super hid.
Yeah, exactly. Where I'm gonna tell all type of books, type of thing. I wasn't gonna put that out there and do that. So
out of how many chapters is the book?
It's 10 chapters.
Out of all 10 chapters, and actually, you said I want to see. You got a copy of the book with you because I want to make sure that. Ooh, that's a handsome man on that cover. Y'all see that man right there?
That's me.
The Truth Behind It All by Jovan Joseph. All right, so listen, where can we find that book at?
It's actually sold wherever you can get it, wherever books are sold. Amazon has it. I would say my website, but I didn't renew it, so I don't have that no more. But
you better take some of that Italy and Afghanistan money your ass got and renew your website. Shit.
Okay, no, I really what my downfall was I didn't start my website until I started my candles, and my books had already did numbers by then. So like that was my fuck up. But now I know for my second book, it's gonna come directly to me. So
the irony behind you saying that you were in juvie and you were, you know, this as far as like the not finishing school thing, the GED, and now the irony behind like you are a full blown published author. You know what I'm saying? To me, that I'm not. I hate to put too much emphasis on, you know.
I'm sensitive. That was sweet.
But you know that's a full circle thing to where people like how many black men, young black men, are authors? How many black people are authors just in damn general? You know, that especially not like they, you know, they did now a lot of them. But I'm just saying like that to me exudes black excellence. And anytime I can let anybody know that, look, you are black, right?
You about to make me actually do a post of my book because I feel like I haven't posted my book on my Instagram in hella long, and I have hella followers. So I'm about to do a little.
I'm going to be posting. I'm going to be posting your book everywhere. So I'm going to make sure that I get that I'm getting a copy of it myself. I'm also going to make sure that they know where to find it. I'm going to list it all in this video, as well as like I'm going to take a screenshot of the book, stuff like that, put it up here. So, but the reason why I asked how many chapters it was is because I wanted to know out of all of those chapters, which one is your favorite chapter and why? Like, what, you know, what's the most like the one even. Not even favorite. What's the one? Because I know it's probably going to be the ones about your grandmother. But I'm saying as far as like which one aside from that, because you already told us how hard that was creatively. Which was another point in there that was like that means a lot to you.
Honestly, the whole book is like I'm just flipping through it right now, and I haven't read it since like I published it, but like every single page that I like am like coming across, I'm just like.
It's deep.
everything is in this book. Like I'm just
Indeed.
like, wow, I can't believe I really like look at. I felt so abandoned from my mom and the outside world. Like that's just so.
Why didn't I read this book?
That's
I got you on
crazy.
here.
I don't know. I feel like the whole book was really like now that I'm really like I feel like I see it every day and I really
Yeah.
don't flip through it and really because I lived it and I like wrote it and stuff.
Yeah.
But now I'm like really just sitting here. I'm just like wow, like
And frame.
I need to go harder for this book right now. Like
I want you to sign a copy and frame it for yourself.
right.
Sign a copy and
All
frame it
these
for yourself.
copies, but none of them are framed. So
You have what?
I have all these copies, but none of them are signed and
Well,
framed. So
I'm going to be getting one from you personally, and I would like mine to be signed.
I would love that. Absolutely.
Period. Period. Exclamation. Shit.
Got you.
So, friend, I do want to know, out of all of your career moves, everything that you've done, I mean, you say adult entertainment, you have candles, you have a book. What is the thing that you would be the proudest of out of all of them? Like
The book.
The book?
I think the book, just because, like, if I were to die tomorrow, like, at least people like could still. The book's gonna live forever. Like, my daughter can pass it on. Like, even if she has kids and they were never got to know me, she can give it to them. And like, I mean, it would be a lot for them to get to know, but like, that's why I also want to have a. I'm older now and I've gone through more, so I want them, you know, to have a
clear understanding.
A older, like a part 2. So now, you know, but hopefully I don't die or anything before I see my grandkids. Yeah.
I'm never gonna let you forget the fact that you just said that you're gonna do a part 2. Period.
Oh yeah, no, it's already Jovan Joseph, Life After Marriage. It's coming.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
When can we expect that?
I'm not gonna put a date on it.
Okay.
I will not
don't
put a date on it.
Out.
But I will say that it's in the works, and I'm excited because a lot has changed since obviously this book has come out.
Right. And how long ago did you release that book?
This book was almost 2 years ago.
Okay, man, that is lit. I want to go get something published. Shit.
Like it's a long process, but it's fun. You'll feel if you like to write, which obviously you know you're creative and stuff, so you would like to do something like that. I'm sure.
I think. Listen, I think Funky.Neva, he was like, "Don't tell them all your business because you got to save something for that memoir." And so I'm gonna make them wait a little bit longer because my eventful shit didn't really start happening until I got a little older anyway. So I got a little catching up.
See, and I have my podcast and I talk about like my personal life there too, but I try to like keep it to a minimum as well because I can't give away everything because it's gonna take away from the book. So
speaking of the podcast, friend. Hold on.
Jovan Joseph, that's the truth behind it all. It was good. I love that picture of me, my smile.
That's a really good picture, actually. You take really good pictures, especially you and your damn red. I don't listen. You got me wanting to go like buy a whole lot of red because look, I ain't as bright as you are, but I feel like I wore this, especially because I knew I was getting on here with you. I felt like I wanted to match the damn poster.
You just knew I was gonna have some type of red.
I knew you was gonna have some type of red on. I literally knew you was gonna have some red. So okay, one thing I would like to ask, and if you're comfortable answering this, feel free. If not, we can go to the next question. What is one career move that you would say you regret? One that you say that you learned a lesson from, like kind of like a. Let's see, we're gonna take that out because I don't want it to be like
a 9 to 5. I mean, I could just do like a 9 to 5 because I used to work at this like medical office, and me and my boss, like, we became super close, and like she ended up getting me fired. And it was like, bitch, fuck you, like you got me fucked up, kind of thing. Like, where's your loyalty? Because she was trying to save her ass, and she was putting me under the bus. Like, ma'am, I'm not like.
Was that here in Arizona?
No, that was in fucking Beverly Hills.
Okay, so you said you pretty much lived all over California at this point.
I've only lived in SoCal, the Bay Area, and Sacramento.
SoCal, what is that?
Southern California.
Okay, gotcha.
LA.
And the Bay Area, that is like San Francisco-ish area.
It's a whole. So there's SoCal and there's NorCal, and but Bay Area would be considered like Oakland, San Francisco, Richmond, you know, just different parts. Yeah.
Every time I think of San Francisco, I just be thinking like I would hate for like my brakes to go out or something like that on one of those goddamn. I just feel like everything I've ever seen in San Francisco is like
hills. Yeah, it's
hills.
wild. It's
I
wild.
would be terrified of like an earthquake or some shit. My damn house just like I don't know. It'd be like dominoes, like
Yeah, and it's always cold. He said like dominoes. Yeah. It's just really they do got steep hills. Like it's ridiculous. But San Francisco, I mean, it's changed a lot, but it is one of the most beautiful. Like it's a pretty.
I've heard that, and I've also heard like it's super 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 gay friendly and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely! Like it's the gay capital, like the gay capital of America. Well, besides probably Atlanta, but I think San Francisco's more like a proper gay. Like
yeah,
Atlanta's
like if we the gays that's gonna bust your teeth out just for paying interest to get in the club. Like we mad that we had to pay to get in here, so we gonna fuck you up just because. And me and my homeboys gonna jump you. Like it'd be a lot.
Really live like a gay lifestyle in San Francisco, but I don't really live a gay lifestyle. My real friends in my real life, it's like oh, everybody's straight.
So you don't be going to the gay clubs and stuff like that for real?
No, I do. But like if I do go out, I mean, I don't even remember last time I went to the club. So
okay, well, I'll say this. It's probably very easy to not go to clubs when your ass is,
it's hard. Anxiety up the ass.
Afghanistan, you be in Peru, you be in Wakanda, you be in, like, Gotham City and shit. Like I don't I'm just trying like you be everywhere.
Where's your next moon? We going to the moon?
Like for real. I feel like you on that list.
Bro, listen, people really gotta fucking travel. Like there's people, especially when I was in Arizona, like who've never left fucking Arizona. I'm like, what the fuck? Like you gotta get the fuck out and see the world. Like especially I think that's what makes it when you go to different countries and you taste their food and you see how they live and how things aren't so grand or whatever because it's just different. It's just, or even if it is grand or whatever, it's just different. I've been to third world countries and I've been to places like Tokyo where literally you take a shit or like they're in the public restrooms, like on the toilets, there's like seat covers that automatically like retract back into like the thing and replace it,
The one where they squat?
No, so like if we're going to the bathroom at like the airport, like you know how in America we would have to take off the little
okay,
and put it on the toilet. They have like plastic already wrapped around, so you just sit down and then you flush it, and then it like recycles and like another new sheet comes out already, type shit. Like exactly out of this world type shit. So it's just cool to see those things and travel and be like, wow, America doesn't know it all. Like
my friend really only travels so he can go get those nice toilets and bidets and shit. That's really all it is. Nothing else. He just want the motherfucking automatic motherfucking toilet paper.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. And then you go to places like Mexico. I mean, no disrespect or anything, but it's like you don't even have like the toilet paper is terrible, even at like a resort or something.
Like sandpaper.
Like sandpaper, like you better bring your own wipes from home.
Like you exfoliating your ass just for wiping. Whoo! Ow!
You're gonna have a rash on your booty.
You better not have a Hemi back there, Lord Jesus. All right, so speaking of traveling, I know I always make jokes, and I want to say this, y'all, because at the beginning of this show, I know y'all heard me say that me and him finally got to collab, and I was like, "Oh, get your mind out the gutter." So I didn't. We weren't gonna, because I know y'all all familiar that I have the OnlyFans as well, but him and I were talking about collabing as far as our like a podcast and stuff goes, and there was always so many times where just timing was horrible. Either I had to work my 9 to 5 because I ain't got no money like that, friend, like my friend over here, or I'd be like, "Hey, you ready to shoot?" He'd be like, "Well, I'm in Istanbul with the bitches right now. I don't know." Like he'd just be everywhere.
He's Istanbul with the bitches, right?
He's in Istanbul with the bitches. So I'm glad that we finally was able to get our timing together and stuff like that and pre-schedule and sit down and like get some stuff going because we owed this to the people. Because listen, I was teasing the people for a minute. I was like, "Yo, I'm about to start collabing with Daddy Cream," and they was like, "Ooh," and then it didn't happen. I was like,
they didn't know you was talking about on this podcast level. On a different level. Now, don't be trying to use my name and get some clout now.
Hell yeah! I'm look clickbait. Clickbait. I came. I'm gonna find shirtless pictures and everything to put on the thumbnail of this shit so they can come find you. Shit.
Yeah, put me on. I know you got followers who don't know who I am.
No, for real. And that's another thing why I really wanted to get on here and like after you talk about your book and stuff like that. Because I was telling Bay earlier, I was like, I literally just like, even though like if you go to your Twitter, then you got some followers on that motherfucker. But I'm just, and I mean, even on your Instagram, you just have followers in general. But even for me, my little bitty amount of followers, I just like to put people on. Period. So even if it's 5-10 people to come and buy your book,
I love that, and I love that. I'm not expecting hundreds and all of that. Like I don't need all of that.
Yeah,
if anything, I just want whatever I have going on to like inspire others and like really motivate others to get their shit together or something. And I don't want people thinking that I got all my shit together, I'm perfect or something. Like I have imperfections and I'm still learning and trying to better myself as well. So
I brought you on here for a reason. I really brought you on here for that full circle kind of moment. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what it is that you're currently doing, no matter what it is that you've done in the past, no matter what it is, it's just the fact that I'm pretty sure a lot of people counted you out when you did not go
on my downfall. A lot of what he say? What T Grizzly say? I know these niggas prayed on my downfall.
You know what? I used to know every damn word to that song. You play that right now, and I got every word on that shit. I heard that. Damn, that was my shit. And I remember he said something about he was in Lexington. Hold on.
Oh yeah. Hey nigga, ain't it a blessing? We made it out of Lexington.
After all that happened.
Yeah.
No, wait, hold on. He said, damn.
I don't know verbatim.
When that song first came in, he was like, pick her up, knock her back down, pull her tracks out. Oh my god, that's
back down. And then he said when I was after we done fucking hit the dough, bitch, or whatever he said.
Man, let me tell you, I'm about to go after we get off of here. I'm going in my car. And I'm gonna be a hood nigga for about 4 minutes and 31 seconds. Do you hear me?
Yeah,
4 minutes and 31 seconds. All right. All right.
Really, like even okay. So for instance, this morning I woke up to Instagram saying, "Oh, your post goes against our guidelines."
Of course.
This is a post like I'm talking about from September, and it wasn't. I was just in my drawers, no hard dick, no nothing. So people are really out there trying to like bring me down any type of way that they can.
Yeah.
And then I had Instagram review it and they put it back up there, but still, because nothing was wrong with it. But it's just like people are really out here trying to like see me fail.
You know what? I'm gonna say this because that probably is true, but Instagram is trying to see Black creators fail in general. In my opinion. In my opinion,
deleted my 30,000 fucking followers.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like I had to just on mine because they blocked me from doing everything just because it's weird how Instagram works. How people can come on my page, call me all types of faggots and everything.
But those comments
don't get mama's a hoe. Then I get flagged and I get blocked. I'm like, what?
Nicki Minaj can have all that ass out.
Man, listen,
literally.
I'm gonna tell you what I learned from T.S. Madison. What she said is, instead of cussing them hoes out in the comment, just go in the inbox. Because they ain't gonna flag you for going in the inbox. They're gonna flag you for leaving an inappropriate comment. So look, now I'm just gonna cuss your ass out and block your ass before you can say anything back to me.
That's funny. Fuck.
You're gonna get a cussing out from a black profile.
I don't even be that bold to like, because some celebrities they do have like their shit open, send a message if you watch their story or something. But like,
yeah, no, when you're a person that's out in front of people, like when you're a person that is in front of people, like for a living or on a daily basis, people would try to tear you apart for it's kind of crazy. How much time some of those people really do have to just sit back and really let me go report all his pictures real quick because I don't want him to get his OnlyFans bag this month. So I'm gonna go report all his pictures so don't nobody click up the link in his bio.
Yep.
Or some bull, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's to me.
But there's lots of those people.
And you know what? They only do that because they know your ass is gonna win. They only trying to
and that's why I keep going. I keep going. That ain't gonna ever stop.
But I was more so get back to what I was saying. I feel like I brought you on here definitely because people I feel like wants to count you out. Everybody who because you always got the people. Not everybody takes the same path. College ain't for everybody. You know, a 9 to 5 ain't for everybody. Whatever the case may be. And I'm pretty sure you had a baby when you was 18. You started pouring 18. I'm pretty sure people counted you out, and just the fact that now you're sitting here talking to me. How old are you now?
I'll be 30 next month.
So my friend's about to be 30, and he's already sitting here in the process of coming out with his second book. And so that's just why I feel like it was important for me to get. And I'm not trying to get all sappy, but that's just that's the theme of this show that I would like to bring is just so people can see people's paths. People can see like how not to count yourself out when everybody done counted you out in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's amazing.
You always gotta keep swimming. You always gotta be optimistic, even when you feel the world is against you. You ain't got nobody in your corner. Like things get better with time.
Yeah.
Everything gets better with time.
I heard someone say emotions are like temporary in a sense.
Oh my gosh, I'm reading this book called The Power of Now, and it talks about like a detachment of your emotions and your feelings and your mind and your heart and how to really like have a balance with all these things and like be completely peaceful and like the reason I said that is I highly recommend people to read it because it's doing me wonders.
And what is it called again?
The Power of Now. And I got it on Amazon. It was like $7.99.
Listen, actually, what I'm about to do, I'm glad we brought this up because I'm about to when we get off of here, I'm about to shoot me a little Audible commercial. So yeah, make sure when y'all get on here, I want y'all to use my Audible link to go buy that book and buy his book as well.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get that promo code in here somehow. Somebody gonna sponsor this shit.
Okay.
So, okay, out of all the places, I know I've sitting here and I listed 15 million places that you've traveled to, and all those places I've listed have been within the last like week, y'all. I'm not even playing.
I've been a lot of places, and I'm telling you, the world is a beautiful place, but I always love the islands. The islands are always a vibe, and the people on the islands are so like it's just a vibe.
Okay.
Like, I went to Tokyo and China. The people in China were mean. But I went to the Great Wall of China, and if you fucking can go to the Great Wall of China, like, and I slid down the slide, like on a, I don't know, like a skateboard kind of thing. And it was just your mind. I'm all for history and stuff. So your mind really goes back like, wow, this shit was built hundreds and thousands of years ago to protect like the colonies or whatever. And it's just, so that was nice. And then Tokyo was a beautiful place because Tokyo was the cleanest place I had ever been. Like there's signs on the sidewalk that say no smoking, not even cigarettes. Like you cannot be in like you have to be in a designated like public area to have the like cigarette type thing.
They have really high apartment buildings, like tall apartment buildings.
Yes.
I think they're overpopulated. And actually
they got billions of people.
Quick little piece of knowledge, y'all, just in case nobody know. Back in the like damn, how am I give y'all some knowledge? And I don't even know when it came. But back in like the Aztec days, they invented the apartment to basically house more people because they didn't have enough land. So they built up opposed to building out so more people could fit. So just little gem for y'all if y'all didn't know that.
And that's amazing, like how people build things like that. And with the materials that we have nowadays, we're not there. They didn't have no bulldozers and shit back then. Like,
but why do I feel like the shit that they build now ain't shit on the shit they used to build back in the day? Like, I feel like the stuff back in the day is like, ugh.
Oh my gosh! So I totally forgot. I just went to like Rome and Italy. Oh,
yes, you did.
I totally forgot all of that. Now that was probably that was the best. Italy was amazing. The best food I've ever had. Venice, Italy, best food.
Really?
But Rome, yes, best food ever. But Rome had dude, I'm telling you, the best buildings I have ever seen in my life. Like it was and to think, you know, they say Rome wasn't built in a day, but there was people not millions, but thousands of years ago building all the stuff that I saw. And like when you're there in real life and you see the detail and stuff, you're just blown the fuck away.
You would even see that back in, with hieroglyphics or just whatever. You would like even with the pyramids in Egypt. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of super fine detail. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Nowadays,
would be a visit. That would be fun.
They had to be so detailed in those things because they didn't have machines doing it. That's what I say. Technology is a motherfucker. It makes you lazy.
Well, they were doing shit like with hammers and shit. That's how. That's how they, that was their pencils and shit. Like that's wild.
Was using chisels and clay.
Dead ass though.
All right, so would you ever move to Japan? Or no, to Rome? Or which one did you say you liked the best?
Italy.
What was something you didn't like about it? Like, what was something that caught you off guard?
I didn't like France.
Really?
I didn't like it.
Wow, I've always wanted to go there.
The people there. I mean, also I was kind of like sick at the time, so maybe that's what it was. But that was my second time there, but my first time actually like being out in the city and exploring, and I just didn't get the vibes that I wanted. And only reason I'll ever go back to France would be for Disneyland.
Why did you say the people in China were mean? Were they just super short and like, move out of my way?
No one. I honestly was in China, and I don't think I talked to anybody that like knew any English the whole time.
Oh, so they're probably like shooing you away, like, ugh.
Yes, even like checking into the hotel, like it was like there was no.
Yeah.
Was, like, show me your ID, but it wasn't like they did like this, like type of thing. Like
I'd been like, "What, you throwing up Crips or something?" I ain't even here for that. I got on red. What? Come on.
Good thing though, I went with my best friend, and she knew her friend from high school, and he was out there, and like he knew English in some of the spots, so like we had a grand old time. Like
I would look, honestly, I need to go get me a passport because I do feel like I'm missing out. I've never left the country. It took me a minute to even get enough courage to do the whole airplane thing because I got control issues, and I feel like I need to be the one flying that plane. Because I know I ain't gonna crash it.
Not that bad. Like I mean, I fall asleep on the planes and everything.
I just be needing to understand, and somebody needs to make it make sense. I need to understand the logic behind why the fuck we feel speed bumps and shit while we're in the sky. There's no reason.
Yeah, it's like if we're going through clouds or something, it's like turbulence. You're not familiar, but like I've been on so many planes, like I get it, I understand. And I'm not saying it's not scary. Like you be up there, like, hold on, what's going on right now?
No, for real. No,
it only lasts for like 5 minutes, and then you're like, okay.
Not for me.
We ain't going there.
I'm super dramatic. I'm that dude that's literally like my last time on the plane. I remember there was another guy that was on there for his first time, and he was freaking out, and he was behind me, and I was like, "Dude, you're gonna be good. Like, it's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be cool." Hell, by the time we got in the air, I'm the one that was sweating and shit. He was like, "Bro, calm down."
Oh, because the way we took off, huh?
I hate taking off. The takeoff is the worst part for me because I'll always be scared that it's gonna do this.
Yeah, I hate landing.
I think it's gonna always go up and then just.
And then I always think it's gonna go up and then the back of it's gonna hit the ground and then it's gonna explode.
That's kind of where I'm. Like, that's kind of where I'll be going with. Like for me, when I think of the landing, I'm like, cool, we closer to the ground. Like whatever. Like we were supposed to be down there.
The only thing I think about, also another thing is like, what if the pilot's having a bad day?
Man.
What if they're like, fuck,
what if he smoked some crack or something right before he got on that plane?
But honestly, like at least pilots aren't like police, and like the planes aren't going down every other fucking month because like
a prejudice of the people on there.
Yeah,
that's very true. That's very true. I'm probably gonna always live by that philosophy. Like if Jesus wanted me to fly, he gave me wings. But like whatever, we gonna figure it out because I do need to start getting my ass out the country. There's this commercial that says, "Don't sit and watch places on TV. Go to the places on TV that you watch." To get those experiences. So that's definitely
beautiful. I love that saying.
I do actually have a adult entertainer question for you. I do want to know, and I feel like I've heard people say this, but I feel like everybody's different in a sense. Do you prefer a big production being behind you, or do you prefer being able to, control your creative process and then also have your own bag from your like OnlyFans or stuff like that? Or do you prefer like the big production?
Definitely OnlyFans.
Okay.
For sure. I'm so happy that OnlyFans came out because it's a way for people like real porn stars and adult entertainers who have been doing it. It was a way for us to have a platform and really like put our sex work onto a platform and not be shamed for it, kind of thing.
And then also get paid what you're worth. Because
actually, all that money is going into my pocket. I'm not getting a little check, and then the actual company who's shooting me is getting all the big dollars.
Absolutely. I think I heard somebody one time say, they were like, man, it was a person who had retired. I forget who it was, but they was like, you know, some of the bottoms, they end up getting hurt. That's how much they want you to sit in there and film some of those scenes, and they only give you pennies to the dollar. Like, you know what I'm saying? They'll have you in there for hours trying to get one scene shot, and then just give you pennies to the dollar where they get the big bucks. And that's not shit.
Yeah, some of the companies treat even the tops just treat their models like they're just
trash.
They like $200 or $300 for bottoming on a fucking. I just could never imagine. That's just crazy.
Ooh, I just can't imagine that in general. But like, not like, ooh, hold on, I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
No, it just.
You having flashbacks?
I had a flashback to a hemorrhoid or something. I don't know. I just.
Okay. We've all been there.
All right, so enough about your sex life. We're about to get into a little more of your personal life, because I do, since you are single. Not that I'm about to try to play matchmaker. Not that I'm about to try to play matchmaker with you or nothing like that, because I'm pretty sure, hell, ending a marriage is traumatic in itself. But I do have a few questions. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are sitting on here. They like, oh, look at this beautiful light skinned cream man on here. I tried to make it. Yeah, it don't really work that well with light skin. With a beautiful chocolate man. I tried to make it work for you. Whatever.
Whatever you want to say.
So, are you single?
I am single. I'm not even really like dating. I'm not talking. I'm like, I told you, I'm surrounding myself with people that make me happy. Absolutely. And not multiple people either. So, you know.
You said not multiple people.
No.
Listen, you only around one person.
People get it confused because like they see the Twitter and the OnlyFans and they're like, damn.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, but like in like personal life and like on that level, like no, not at all.
Oh, can I ask you something?
How do I separate the two?
That, and do you ever get tired of like
do I?
Sex and stuff?
Absolutely.
I could only imagine.
And it ruins it for like my real life, because I feel like in my real life, when I want it to be pleasurable, it's always like
quick, shut down and go to work.
Yeah, no, not really it's hard to get hard or something like in my real life sex, compared to like if I know I'm doing it for content or I'm gonna be working, it's like, oh, this is the money, like the dick gets hard easy, you know, and like I don't like that.
So do you ever feel like, have you ever been with somebody who's giving you a hard time for anything that you've done like that? Like as far as your work?
Have I?
Why the fuck would somebody even get with you knowing what you do and then decide to give you a hard time about it afterwards? That's crazy.
You know, that's something that is hard. That's why I don't date, because I don't know. I feel like I was jaded or traumatized from like my marriage kind of thing. Like,
do you also feel like sometimes people try to date you based off who you are? Like, do you have trust issues, like just in general, with people trying to come into your space because they know who you are? Because I've heard that about a lot of people, because you are a very well-known person in general. So like I would definitely be skeptical about like what you doing here and what you want.
See, I just feel like I'm such an extrovert, but like when people try to get to know me or like whatever, I'm so like, no, not gonna happen, because they always have different intentions. Like no one really wants to genuinely like be a friend, I feel.
Oh
like,
my
God. Like, do things.
Listen, even if you wasn't adult entertainer, that's just the way these gays are be some damn time. It is exhausting. Like, hey, I should be able to feel comfortable sleeping at your goddamn house.
And not have like you like, in the middle of the night or something.
Yeah, like that. I don't know what, and I ain't gonna say nobody's name, but you know, I'm gonna just say we might have been talking about somebody earlier at the beginning of this who I feel like would be on some shit like that. Anyway,
no shade.
All shade. Shit. What qualities would you like for your partner to have? So what is the quality that when you meet somebody or when you've met somebody that's been like, I need to have that person in my life?
Confidence, self-awareness, like something going on for themselves. That's probably the biggest thing for me. Like, if they got something going on, independence, that's the word I'm looking for. Like, that's what I like. Like somebody who like is completely independent.
And you definitely need somebody who's confident as well. Just being a person, even if you were just a regular social media influencer, you got people that's not confident would be like, why is that bitch leaving that comment under your picture? What's going on with this? Why does this person hate? You know what I'm saying? And so I can only imagine, like,
stressful, like, nigga, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't give a fuck either. Like, why are you?
Imagine in your line of work, you would definitely have to be with somebody who is extremely confident. Like, look, if you ain't confident, I ain't got time to be trying to make you confident. Don't come over here and play no games with me. Like, you're wasting both our time. For real. Okay, so what is something that you would consider a deal breaker?
Brokenness. I mean, you can't be broke. Like,
broke niggas don't deserve no pussy.
You cannot. However, if like we were in something and then you lost your job and then like I had to hold it over or something, that I get. That I can understand. But like you cannot be like,
you're not gonna start off that way.
No, not at all.
Absolutely. Okay, so that was actually one of the questions in the game that we're gonna play, and I can't wait to get to it because I actually worded it a little differently. So we're gonna see how you feel about it when we get to that question.
Okay.
All right. So now we're about to go ahead and get into our game time. And then we're gonna play a game called This or That. So basically, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna name some situations or name some items or just a couple of different things, and you just tell me which you would prefer out of the two.
Okay.
All right. So
I like
would you rather have a pet snake or a pet gator?
Gator.
I feel you.
I'd rather have a gator for sure.
I feel you because it can walk itself. Walmart or Target?
Walmart. I'm only a Walmart guy just because like I just feel like Target's a little bit more pricey.
They're expensive for no reason. Their stuff ain't even that much better than Walmart. Like it's really Target for real. Like, come on. That's stupid. I just got to think about it. Oh, all right. So chitlins or pig feet? I knew you was gonna make that face. I knew it.
Probably pig's feet. I don't know, but I ain't eating no chitlins. My daddy loves chitlins, and I would. Ooh.
Where your daddy from?
Bay Area. He's from the Bay.
Where's his family from?
New Orleans.
That's why his ass like chitlins.
Yeah. Nasty, and he'd be cooking too.
Shit, I love.
Oh, you like? Oh yeah, I think I seen your tweet about your neighbors or something.
Yeah, I made some for Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure they all thought something was dead over this month.
Yeah.
All right, so
go ahead. This is that. Come on.
Arizona or California?
Oh, Cali.
Okay. Who's winning a versus between Beyonce and Janet Jackson?
I'm not really a fan of Janet, so I know more Beyonce songs, so I'm gonna say Beyonce.
I'm not honestly a fan of. I don't really like whisper music really too much, so I don't really know much about her. But I always feel like if Beyonce was gonna do a versus with anybody, I can just.
It'll never happen.
She's definitely not going to. Absolutely not, because she don't need to. But I would just think of anybody else's catalog that could be somewhat as active as hers. I would say Janet Jackson, maybe. I don't know. Maybe a lot of dancing and shit on stage, like she's
like Whitney Houston or something. That's a good comparison. I feel
vocally, yes. Vocally.
Yeah, but like she'd be on that stage. She want to dance with somebody. She be dancing.
You're stupid. You are so stupid. Yes, she do want to dance with somebody with that band wig on. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. I miss Whitney. She was hilarious. That lady was hilarious. All right. So would you prefer a broke man that's nice with a great personality, integrity, and everything? Or would you prefer a rich man that's mean would cheat on you and leave you in the dirt?
Not me thinking about it.
I told you when I answer it this way, it's gonna be a little different.
Fuck, I don't like the disrespect and all of that. I wouldn't do that.
And you can also, not to say that you got to date nobody that's broke, but you know, a lot of people, there's difference between broke and broke with potential. Or broke with the plan.
Like, I feel like potential, that's like my downfall. You be thinking like, oh well, they gonna get this or they, and it's like, but that's then when they don't or something, that's you
get mad.
And yeah, because you had these expectations of this person, and like
that was something I had to actually work on with myself. Because I thought that I had that saviors complex thing where I would date people who I felt like I wanted to kind of build them up, and then when they would go at their own pace and not my Aries pace,
hurry up,
I'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Ain't nobody trying to build a nigga, you know?
Yeah, no, I feel that because I mean, can't raise a man if he wasn't raised right before you.
Right.
All right, so at this point, we're pretty much at the end of the show. So I wanted to make sure again that I'm saying thank you so much for being my fourth guest on here, man. It means everything to me that we were finally able to get our collab out the way. Thank you, Jesus. Except I ain't gonna, you know, my collab ain't gonna make as much money as your other collabs, unfortunately. But make sure I want you to let the people know. Well, where can we find you? What's your Instagram, Twitter? Do you got an IMDb page? Like shit. Where can we find you?
Well, I appreciate it again, friend, for having me on here. I had a great time. It was fun. Hopefully your fans were able to get a new insight as to me, and hopefully you can shoot your fans my way and so forth. But I have Linktree. You can do linktr.com/JovonJoseph. That's kind of easy route for everything.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna put your Linktree in the description so people can have easier access to it.
And that'll give you access to Instagram, Twitter, OnlyFans, and I think my book as well. My book is actually on there as well. Yeah.
Okay, good. And then also, y'all, just so y'all can see, his Instagram is also scrolling down here at the bottom. So make sure that y'all do go check him out.
Yeah.
You didn't even see that down there, did you?
I did actually. I've been seeing it.
Little production over here, a little
like halfway through. You put it up like halfway through.
I did. Look. Okay, so you did. You called me. You called me all the way out. God damn.
You thought you did that click easy though.
I thought I did though. You must have been like, "What's this?" All right.
Like that. You seen the difference.
I'm dead. All right, so make sure, y'all definitely. I'm gonna put the link in this description. Make sure y'all definitely go check out my boy and support him. We definitely want to make sure that we're supporting support Black business. So go support him.
I'm a Black business. Shit.
Go support Black business. And y'all know my favorite line. I'm gonna say it probably at the end of every video, just like Nene Leak said. Support me, bitch. Listen. Look, I say that's
support me. I don't give a fuck.
I was saying, yes, he does. Yes,
no, I really don't. I just, if you are gonna support me, I really want you to have a motive with the reason why you're supporting me. Like, it's really so much more than just the porn. Like, really,
absolutely,
as a whole, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Like support, and you know what's crazy? It's really crazy when you start to actually get those people who support you on everything. Those be the people that you really be like, y'all are the sugar, honey, ice, and the tea. They be yo.
But that's why all my, like I told you, I don't allow new people in, because those people who do appreciate me like that, I've known them my whole life, like high school, junior high. So it's like they know me, you know.
Well, listen, friend, you got a whole nother support system over here now. I want you to know, anytime you ever got anything you need to promote, I know my numbers ain't there yet, but they gonna get there. I want you to know you always gonna have a home over here on Kickin' It with Keith, friend. I will promote anything you got to have promoted. Just know that.
Thank you, man. I'll come in, I'll reciprocate this, and I'll get you on Jovan Joseph, the podcast. So I'll make sure.
We need to do something in person too, because you still owe me that. You still owe me an in-person collab.
I gotta come to Arizona the end of January, the beginning of February for a court date. So I'll keep you posted. I'm just keeping it real, shit.
And I love it.
Ain't no shame in my game.
Just be escalating so quickly. It just escalated. I thought you was about to say somebody's birthday for the holiday.
The feds, they trying to get me now.
Lord Jesus. Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna make sure you take care of that because I ain't trying to harbor no fugitive. Just playing. All right. So I'm not sure. We're gonna go ahead and end the show. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with the way. I know you know I'm kind of unpredictable, but I don't know if you know how the actual show ends. So I'm gonna just say this, y'all. Yesterday happened the way that it did, so today could happen the way that it should. Today happened the way that it did, so tomorrow could happen the way that it should. There's nothing that God would put in your path that an OnlyFans bag can't fix.
Whoop.
And I want to thank all of y'all for tuning back into another episode of The Kids Chronicles. Somebody who I'm very, 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 very excited to be able to pick their brain because they actually do what it is that I want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce my buddy. His name is Jalen White, and he's actually a comedian in LA. So just like y'all see that scrolling down there, make sure y'all go look him up at Jalen White LA. I'm going to go ahead and bring my buddy on, and let's get this thing going.
Hey.
What's up, friend? How you doing?
Pretty good. Okay, you got some production going on around.
Got some stuff going on.
If that. What a beautiful chocolate man.
We're joking. We're joking. So I feel like you probably have a more androgynous kind of personality than because I mean, even with one of the pictures that I did post of you in the intro, I did notice that you had on a skirt and some thigh-high boots. You give me Patrick Star with them thigh-high boots on, boy.
You know, that scares a lot of men away from dating me because they think that I dress like this all the time. Versus when you get to know me, works for them, and it's specifically because a lot of them do like more solo. You know,
no, the ones I be seeing in relationships be getting ramshacked. Boy, I'd be like,
but that's something I don't understand.
Where is your scooter, bitch? Where is it?
Where is your scooter? On God. And that's something. But I'm a preacher's kid, so like that's
why your ass was a hoe. That's why you was a hoe. That's why you was a hoe.
I look like that meme of that girl in court. You know what I'm saying?
Miss Jackson, is that true?
But yes, and yes.